It was supposed to be a fun night, a county fair. Bright lights, music, friends, and memories that would last a lifetime. 16-year-old Misty Copsey had spent the evening enjoying the Washington State Fair with friends, just like thousands of other teenagers. She called her mother and said she was on her way home, but she never arrived. Her shoes would later be found miles away. Her remains wouldn't be discovered for years, and to this day, investigators still don't know exactly what happened. This is the disappearance of Misty Copsey. Misty Copsey was a cheerful and outgoing 16-year-old from Bonnie Lake, Washington. She loved spending time with friends and was excited about the future. Her family described her as responsible and independent. She wasn't someone who would simply disappear without telling the people she loved. On September 17, 1992, Misty attended the Washington State Fair in Puyallup with friends. It was an ordinary evening that ended in extraordinary tragedy. As the fair came to an end, Misty realized she needed a ride home. She called her mother and told her she was trying to find transportation. Witnesses later reported seeing Misty standing near the fairgrounds, apparently waiting for someone. One witness claimed to have seen her getting into a light-colored pickup truck, but investigators were never able to identify the driver. That would be the last confirmed sighting of Misty Copsey alive. When she failed to return home, her mother knew something was terribly wrong. She immediately reported her daughter missing. Police began searching almost immediately. Investigators interviewed friends, searched the fairgrounds, and followed every lead they received. Then, just days later, searchers discovered Misty's shoes along a roadside several miles from where she was last seen. The discovery raised even more questions. How had they gotten there? Were they deliberately placed, or had they been dropped during a struggle? Despite extensive searches, no other evidence was found. As weeks turned into months, the case grew colder. Years passed with no answers. Then, in 1998, nearly 6 years after she disappeared, human remains were discovered in a wooded area in Pierce County. Dental records later confirmed they belonged to Misty Copsey. Because of the condition of the remains, investigators were unable to determine exactly how she died. Her death was ruled a homicide, but the cause has never been publicly established. Over the years, investigators considered several theories. One possibility is that Misty accepted a ride from someone she didn't know after leaving the fair. Another is that she may have encountered someone who intended to harm her. Some investigators also explored whether a known serial offender operating in the Pacific Northwest at the time could have been responsible. However, no evidence has ever conclusively linked any suspect to Misty's murder. Despite decades of investigation, no arrests have been made. More than 30 years have passed since Misty Copsey left the fair, expecting to go home. Instead, her family was left with years of uncertainty before finally learning she would never return. Even today, the person responsible has never been identified. Someone knows what happened to Misty that September night. Until they come forward, her family and investigators continue to wait for the answers they deserve. What do you think happened to Misty Copsey after she left the fair? Do you believe the person who picked her up has never been identified, or could someone still be hiding the truth? Share your respectful thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy real missing person documentaries and unsolved mysteries, subscribe to Mystery Path and turn on notifications. Every story we tell keeps hope alive, and every share helps ensure these cases are never forgotten